Hey, it's Eran here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this training video, I'm going to discuss how to do integration with WordPress and Systeme.io. This specifically came about because I had a number of clients who actually asked me if they could still keep their WordPress site, but use Systeme.io for their landing page, their membership site, their online course, their email marketing, and so on. And since this has been a requested video, I decided to record something for my channel. Now, I'm going to take you through exactly what we're going to cover in this video so you know what to expect. Number one, can you integrate Systeme with WordPress for email marketing / lead generation? Can I have a pop-up on my WordPress site so it is connected to Systeme? How do pop-ups work? Can you integrate Systeme with WordPress so it becomes your membership site or course? If I have WordPress and Systeme, how do I set up the domains? Can I have a landing page on WordPress that is connected to Systeme? And then as a final thing, if you stick around to the end of this video, I got a little recap and a really special bonus, particularly if you watch this video and you're like, you know what, I want to make my life a lot simpler. I'm going to show you exactly how you can get your entire WordPress website moved over to Systeme completely for free. So stay tuned and let's dive right in. So the answer to these questions is yes, you can. And you do that by using an embed code from Systeme. There is a pro to it, which is you can set up all your automations within Systeme and it works perfectly. There is one con, at least at the time of recording, which is when you want to style the form and you want it to look a certain way, you are going to require a little bit of HTML coding. It is very not complicated to actually do. You can actually hire somebody on Upwork to do it for you for $10. I'm not a coder, so I actually had somebody who did my coding and it took him literally 2 minutes to do it. So you can literally go to Upwork, show them the style of how you want it, give them the code, the basic code, and they can pretty it up basically. So this is a very simple process if you just go to Upwork and hire somebody for $10. If you want me to record a tutorial on that, let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to do that. Once you're in WordPress, and I'm going to show you the process in a moment. Once you're in WordPress, you basically want to go to templates, pop-ups, and add new. And that is where you basically create the pop-up in Elementor, which is WordPress, and you embed the code. You copy and paste the code from Systeme to the pop-up. Now, the way to create the pop-up and so on is you go to funnels, you create a button, click on custom funnel, click on create step, and click on inline form. Then you set up the automations and workflows the same way. Now, I've got all the steps outlined on how to do it right here. If you want to stick around to the end, I'm also going to give you a chance to get this particular checklist. Now, this is not going to make sense too much to you, so I'm now going to go ahead and share my screen and actually walk you through this process. This is my WordPress site. Now, what you want to do, you want to click on templates. Once you're in templates, you click on pop-ups. Now, you will see my pop-up right here. Now, if I click on this pop-up, basically, all you're going to see is you're going to see the actual, if you click on quick edit, you're just going to see what I've already set up, which it doesn't really matter because this is what I have. What is important for you is you want to click on add new, click on pop-up, click on template. Okay. So we'll call pop-up demo. Let's just say create template. And then it's going to go to Elementor. Once you're in Elementor, you're going to want to style this particular pop-up the way you want it. You can pick any of these templates as you wish. Really doesn't matter. Like that's totally up to you on what you want it to look like. Let's just say for the sake of demonstration that I want to pick this one. Now, when I pick this one, I can click on insert. And then I can actually customize how I want it to look and feel. And now, instead of this form right here, you're not going to have a form. What you're going to do, you're going to delete this completely. And when you delete it, let me just find a way to delete it. Okay, so here you go. Okay, so you're gonna delete this. Okay, there you go, delete. And now what you're gonna do, you're gonna scroll down and find HTML. Let's just do a search, HTML. There you go. And you're gonna drag it right under. Now this HTML, you're gonna copy and paste the HTML code from Systeme after it was designed by your your coder or whatever, or you could just not worry about the styling so much and just embed it from Systeme directly. So now I'm gonna show you how to do that part through these steps inside Systeme.io. So you will notice the step 0 is to actually create the tag and create the campaign with the email sequence. So here's how this works. In Systeme.io, when you go here, you will click on tag and you will add the tags. Now, the way you would do that is you simply click on tags, click on add tag, choose the tag, type in the tag, and so on. Now, if you want to know how to do the tags and all that, I've got another YouTube video which shows you how to do all of that. But basically, the simplicity is you want to go by adding one tag, which is the lead magnet name, and in brackets you want to give it a lead, and the second tag is the name of the email sequence, and in the brackets you want to call it sequence. Okay, so you can see an example of what I have, for example. So if you look here, DCS opt-in embed lead as an example, or 21 ebook form embed lead. This is what you want it to be like. And then in terms of sequence, you also can search for the word sequence. You'll see that I have a sequence. Let me just find it. Okay, so you see I've got different email sequence as well. So this is kind of how you wanna do it. And there's a reason why this is actually important to do 2 tags. 1, so you know the source. Number 2, so you can control whether they're going to, which email list they're going to be, which email sequence they're going to be receiving. So that's first step. The second step is to create a campaign. And then you want to go to campaign, and in the campaign, you're going to basically create the sequence of emails. In my case, what the sequence that I send people to is called a soap opera email sequence. And I have the emails written right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are very generic emails that I have, and I recommend you do it that way. Now, I recommend that those emails are triggered 1 day later. Now, there is a reason for that. You can also do 10 minutes later. I'll show you why in a moment. You're basically going to write these emails first. The way you do that is simply click on add email and so on, type it in. Again, I've got another tutorial on YouTube if you want to check it out. Now, once you've done that and you've actually created, now we've officially done step 0. Now we're going to move to step 1. Now, step 1 is to actually set up the automations. And to do that, we're going to go back to funnels. And in this case, you're going to click on create. You're going to give it a name, which you can call an embed or WordPress embed or whatever. Click on custom. And then click on create. Now in my case, I already have it created, and basically I'm going to show you what I have. So I have all my embed forms labeled under a funnel called external embed funnels. So when I click on it, you see that I have the embed form on my Eran funnels website. I have the embed form on any pages on my eran.link pop-ups, and also the ebook as well, my 21 productivity tips and hacks ebook, and so on. So I've got all of these already set up. These are all embed forms. Now the way to do that for you, if you're starting from scratch, is you would click on create step, give it a name of your embed, and then you're going to choose step. When you choose step, you're going to click on inline form, and then you're going to click on save. Once you have that, you're going to pick any of the templates. And to be honest, it actually doesn't matter, because this styling doesn't actually work once you embed it. That's why I'm saying you're going to need to hire somebody to help you. Now, the code that you're going to embed on Elementor, remember, is this code, embedded form. You're going to grab this code, you're going to go to Elementor, and you're gonna paste the code right here. Now, this actually won't matter right now because you can see how it looks. It just looks like crap, so it's gonna have to be styled differently. Now, before we actually embed it, you're going to, because you're gonna send this to your developer or your programmer on Upwork to style it and pretty it up. I do recommend you pretty it up, and you do the prettying it up on Systeme.io, basically. And you're gonna pretty it up right here. So you can create this exactly how you want it. I've got another tutorial on the builder. And once you're done styling it, you're gonna take a picture like this, and you're going to send it to your Upwork developer, and you're gonna tell them, I'm gonna pay you $10 to create this style, or you're gonna create this style, just this piece, okay? Pretty it up like here. If you just, I'm gonna give you the code, and I need you to pretty up the code basically, okay? So you're gonna give your developer this code, and you're gonna show them the picture of what you want and then tell them to pretty it up. Then they will give you a new code, and the new code is the one you're going to paste right here on the pop-up on Elementor, okay? So now, while that's all happening by your developer, you can then go ahead and set up the automation rules. And the automation rules, you're gonna click here, you're gonna click on add rule, you're gonna click on funnel step form subscribed, you're gonna click on add action, you're gonna subscribe them to the specific campaign that you've already created a moment ago. So for example, you would do the soap opera email sequence or whichever. You're then going to add the tag, and you're gonna do two tags. Number one, it's going to be the lead. So for example, 21 ebook form lead, and you're going to add the sequence, whichever sequence it is, okay? So two tags, one campaign. Now, this is a little bonus thing, right? This is very optional, right? If you're going to have multiple funnel entries like I have, but it's going to go to the same sequence, this is where you need to think about that particular process, that you're going to trigger a specific email depending on where they came from as an individual email, which you do right here, add action, send email. You're going to trigger that one individual email that is specific to this one. But then the next day email is going to be identical for, doesn't matter which funnel they came from. And this is why I'm saying this is a soap opera email sequence, okay? Now I'm going to show you a realistic example because I know this might be a little bit confusing. So for example, when somebody visits myeranfunnels.com, which is this one, it doesn't matter which Eran Funnels page they visit, whether it's this one or another one, you will see a specific pop-up when they try to leave, which is this one. And this is the embed. Only this is the embed. This one I created and styled on my Eran Funnels website. But this is the embed from Systeme, which I had a developer custom code, the prettying it up, right? Now, once that happens, you will see that I have a specific email that they receive. And the email that they receive is specific to the Eran Funnels website. And here it is. So they receive, hey, hope you're well. And the reason I say hey, not hey, because you can do hey first name, like for example here. The reason I don't do that is because you will notice on the pop-up, I'll refresh the page, I don't know if it will pop up again, but basically the pop-up, it actually doesn't ask for the name, it only asks for the email. So that's why I say hey, as opposed to something else. This is just to make it personal. Hope you're well. I saw you visited my Eran Funnels website and entered your email just before leaving. I appreciate it. In case you wanted to go back to the relevant pages checking out, here they are. One-on-one services, software, because these are the two main pages to send people to. This is what you saw. Let me deliver on the promises right now, the 21 productivity, the 3 gifts, and that's about it. Before you go, I want to put your mind at ease. I don't have any high-ticket coaching. It's really straightforward. Here are some testimonials, and that's enough for one day. If you can reply to let me know, that will be great. And then they get sent an email the next day with this generic soap opera email sequence, which is a lot more extensive. Now, one thing about that is you can send an email 10 minutes later. And this is a little pro tip on email marketing, where you can send an email 10 minutes later and say, hey, by the way, sorry, could you let me know if you received my email? I sent it about 10 minutes ago. That's another little hack that you can do. I talk about in my beginner's guide to email marketing ebook as well. Now, this is basically the pop-ups and the setup that I have here. I have the exact same thing if somebody visits my eran.link/testimonials, let's say, right? So if they visit my testimonials page, what will happen is that they can scroll through the page and read through my testimonials, blah, blah, blah. And let's say they want to leave. Again, what will happen is there will be a pop-up. Now, I have this pop-up set up in a way where if it's been popped up once, it won't pop up again. So you're not going to see the pop-up, but it is there. If you were to open this up on incognito, you will see that incognito means a private browser, basically. You can see somebody reads it, they can get out, and then this is the pop-up that I have on Elementor. Again, I just have an email. I don't ask for anything else, okay? So that's that. So that's the process of setting it up. The next step, and that's step 3, is to, actually I skipped a step. I want to show you a little step that's actually important. You want to create a workflow when a tag is removed. And this is how you basically, if somebody's on your email sequence, this is important. If you have a lengthy email sequence with, let's say, 10, 20 emails, and you actually, somebody asks you to remove you from the list, but not from your list, but from that particular sequence, you basically are going to go to System, you're going to go to Automations, you're going to click on Workflow, and I have Workflow set up like that. So for example, if somebody wants to unsubscribe from the soap opera email sequence, basically, then all I got to do is to remove a specific tag, basically. So as soon as I remove the tag, it will automatically remove them from the list. So here is the unsubscribe from an example. This is the email sequence, and it will automatically unsubscribe. And this is important because you're going to remove just one tag, not 2 tags. This is important because one tag shows you where they came from, one tag triggers the action, and also triggers the unsubscribe piece. So now let me show you an example here, the way you do that. Unsubscribe. So when I remove a specific tag, I can click on an action, which is to unsubscribe them from a campaign. This is how you can unsubscribe somebody manually if they ask. I had that problem. Anyway, this might appear a little bit complicated, but it's actually important. In my case, it was really important to set it up. Okay, let's go back to the steps. Now what you want to do is you want to create a thank you page. Now the thank you page, again, you're going to go to funnels. I'm going to find the embed. Now you will notice that I have a generic thank you page just because I don't want to create a different thank you page for each one of them. So this is the thank you page and what it looks like. And I just say, thanks for signing up. Hey, it's Eran here. Thank you so much for giving me your email address. I wanted to let you know that you have been sent an email from me. The email was sent from contact@eran.link.com with whatever you requested. Maybe it was about freebies or something else, or whatever. If you can go check it out, contact@eran.link.com. I'd really appreciate it. And do me a favor, reply to that email so I know you received it and we can have a conversation. I actually do look at my emails, I reply to them, and I really want to make sure that we are connected. Now, you may have come from a page and you still haven't finished reading it or something along these lines. So below this video, you will see the different links to the different services, different things that I actually do. So you can go back to what it is that you are looking at or whatever it is you're interested in. And I'll just give you a little bit of an overview below this video, short bullet points, so you can go to where you want to go in order to get assistance with whatever challenge or scenario that you're currently experiencing in your business. And yeah, that's about it. Just want to tell you that so you can just have a look below this video, and I look forward to connecting with you further. Thanks a lot. I'll speak to you soon. Okay, so now you've watched this video, and here I have how can I serve you? And basically, want to work with me one-on-one? Click here. Want to hear about my tech support? Click here. Want to get help choosing the platform? Click here. Something else? No problem. Find the email I sent you from contact@eran.link.com and reply. I read everything and I reply. Okay, really simple. Then I have testimonials, which actually I need to fix to have better testimonials here. I've got a different structure on how I want that done. Now, this is basically a generic thank you video, so it doesn't matter which pop-up they come from, they're all going to go to the same place. So that is how you create the thank you video. Now, the thank you video, what you want to do, you want to click on Create Step. You're going to click on Choose Step. You're going to scroll down. You're going to click on Thank You Page. You're going to give it a name and so on. Now, once you've got the page, you can click here on the Edit the Page, and you'll be able to customize it as you see fit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you want to do that. Now, when I have, let's go back to the steps here. Now, the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure, this is the final step, you want to make sure that the form button says send form. Choose if you want to double opt-in and choose the thank you page you want it to go to, because you might have multiple thank you pages and so on. So you just want to make sure that's all done. So here's what I mean. Let's say you go to the Eran funnels pop-up. You're going to go to the edit page, and here you're going to see the form. Click here. You can see that I styled it the way I want it. And then what I did is I took a picture and I gave it to my developer to create this for me. This is why it's important to actually style it the way you want it. Now, when you click on the button, you will see this section pops up. And you want to make sure it says send form. This means that only you will submit. Then you want to choose the custom URL. Now, the custom URL is going to be, you guessed it, this thank you page. You're going to copy it, go to editor, and paste it right here. If you want to do double opt-in, you can. I personally don't want to. I don't like it. I find it annoying as a customer, so I don't actually do double opt-in. And when that's done, you can click on save, and everything is now connected. So everything will trigger. So that is step 3 to make sure that the form is actually connected. What we're going to cover is, can you integrate Systeme with WordPress so it becomes your membership site or a course? The answer is yes, you can. You simply create your order form, also known as a checkout page, on Systeme. Your sales page will be on WordPress if you want, or you can just have a button on your WordPress site, whether it's on a menu or somewhere on the page, and that will open the sales page or order form inside Systeme. That's your choice. Now, the thank you page will be on Systeme. Any upsells, downsells will be on Systeme. Your automations will be on Systeme. The payment integrations will all be on Systeme. Now, I wanted to show you visually what it looks like. And then once I show you that, we're going to go through and I'll actually show you an actual example of what it looks like for me in my Systeme website. So again, visually, sales page on WordPress or just a button somewhere on your WordPress site. Sales page on Systeme with a buy now. No matter what, this part is mandatory. Okay, this is optional. This is mandatory. So you set up automations in Systeme on the order form section, and you're going to do a trigger email welcome or a campaign. You're going to tag as a buyer, and you're going to add them. You're going to choose what resources they're going to get when they make a purchase. And then you will set up the price and the order bump if you wish to have one. You can do optional upsells and downsells. Again, that will be on Systeme. And the confirmation/thank you page will also be on Systeme. And the course access page, which actually they included here, but the course access will all be included, and this is going to be here. Now, let me show you visually what it looks like when in my own Systeme account. A realistic example of a checkout page that I have on Systeme. Now, the way you create a checkout page, it's called an order form. You need to create a step, give it a name. So order form demo, let's say. Then you're going to scroll down and you're going to choose order form. You're going to click on save. And now you will see a blank one, and you can choose any of the templates right here. Now, these templates are great. You can pick the one that you like. I personally, I usually use this one because it gives me a chance to create a bunch of things at the top. I also use this one. Actually, this one I also use a lot. So anyway, these are a bunch of options as well. By the way, stick around to the end. I'm going to tell you how to get templates from me on order forms and checkout pages that I've actually done previously as well. So anyway, that's going to be available at the end of this video. Now let's go to a realistic example of my order form. This is the email marketing guide. And you could see this is what the order form looks like. Okay. I need to still edit it. It's not perfect, but anyway, this is what's there right now. Now here, there's a few things you need to do. You remember from the picture that I showed you, which is this one, you have automation, resources, pricing. Let me show you what this is. So automation, this is where you would trigger add rule, new sale, choose the new sale. So when somebody buys, again, you tag them as a buyer, you send an email to the person, or you subscribe them to a campaign, okay? Now, by the way, if you want to get notified, you click here and and this is the one to get you notified when a sale is made. So if you want to be notified, you can actually create that right here. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to configure what resources they get access to. In my case, because it's Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing, I'm going to select resource, choose a course, and the course is going to be Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. And I can choose if I want to be full access or drip content. In my case, it's just full access. So that's the one that I pick. I can also choose here if I want that they get access to, let's say, 6 months or a year or however that works. And I could do an expiration delay in days. So I could do that somebody has access to 360 days and that's it, right? I can also grant access to a specific day. So i.e., if it's a pre-sale, they'll get access on a specific day, not before that. That's another way. If you want to pre-sell something, this is a great way. So you say, okay, this is the date it's going to be open. This is when you get access. So this is a great way to do it. Again, you can do grant access and you can do expiration. So they know there is a limit on how long it's going to be valid for. Now, here's where you set up the pricing plan. Now, the pricing plan, I actually have another tutorial on it. I don't want to spend time on it. I've got a full tutorial on how to do the pricing. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. And this is where you set that up. And also you can click on order bump, which is going to give you the pricing plan and resources once again. Now you will notice here that in this case, I don't actually have, like I actually have the order bump set up here, right? But I need to create it basically. So I need to add the resources and so on. So that's something separate. Okay, so that's that. This is the order bump option. If you want to create upsells as well, you simply click on create step and you choose upsell right here. Upsell demo. Now this is really important to understand. This will only work, the upsell and downsells and all that, if you put it in the right sequence. Again, I'm just going to choose a template. Okay, this is an upsell, and then a downsell will only work if you do the downsell after an upsell. So you cannot do a downsell first and then an upsell. You cannot do multiple downsell. It's got to be upsell, 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 as many upsells as you want. But the downsell has to always come only after you set up an upsell. This is really important to understand visually, okay? So anyway, that's another little thing you should just be aware of. This is a great feature in Systeme. You can have as many upsells and downsells as you want. It is really, really brilliant. Now going back, so this is what we set up. You set it all up here. And then when you're done with that, you would do the confirmation page. And again, you would simply pick the thank you page, and this will be the confirmation basically, okay? So there you go. This is really important to understand the sequencing of how the hierarchy in Systeme works. Thing you might be wondering is, with regards to WordPress being your sales page and Systeme being your course area, how does it work with regards to the domain names? So I'm going to show you a really simple example. There is a thing called a domain name, which is this one, eran.link, and or .comtruths.com. This is a domain name, okay? And then you have what's called a subdomain name. So members.comtruths.com. This is a subdomain, okay? Now I've got a tutorial on my YouTube channel that explains how to set this up. You can just search for eran.link Systeme custom domain and you'll find it. There is at least 2 tutorials on it. You don't need to buy an extra domain name. You can add as many subdomains at no extra cost with most providers. So your main website will be the domain name. Your Systeme.io will be subdomain. You can choose members. You can choose learn. You can choose membership. You can choose portal. Whatever you choose, doesn't really matter. I have it as members and that's how I have mine. So that's what I would recommend you do. So if people want to log into my course area, then have to go to members.comtruths.com, etc. Okay, so that's how you have that set up. So yeah, this is how it will work with the domain name. And yeah, point is, can I have a landing page on WordPress that is connected to Systeme? The answer is yes, and you have 2 options which we already covered, and I'll explain to you exactly why. Option number one is you can actually embed the form, the inline form, exactly like we did on the pop-up. And you simply make the landing page in WordPress with all the automations and everything I've already showed you. So basically, instead of embedding the inline code on the pop-up, which is right here, instead of doing it here, you're going to embed it on the page itself. Now, an example of that is if you go to eran.link/ebook, this is an example of a landing page that I have exactly that set up. So you can see right here, there's this form. This is the form that goes to system, okay? So this is the identical thing as well. I also have it as a pop-up, so if somebody tries to leave, it pops up, but this is the exact same process of having that as on the landing page in WordPress. There is a downfall that a lot of times with WordPress, you cannot get rid of the menu, which is a bit annoying, but in some cases you actually can. So it just depends what software you're using. Because my WordPress was custom coded by somebody that does my tech stuff, then there is no menu here. But you know, I do believe it is pretty customized. It is customizable, you just need to know how. So I can't really advise on that, but you can actually turn any page on WordPress into a landing page if you so choose. So that's option number one. Option number two is you actually set up your landing page in Systeme completely from A to Z, and people get there by clicking a button on WordPress, such as the menu, like free template, free ebook, or whatever. I have it set up on my website, for example. If you look, this is my .com truths website. If you click on Eran Bukai or about Eran, it will actually go to my website. If you click on Software Consult, it takes them to a landing page that is outside of this website with a totally different domain. So this is just a menu button. So this goes to a landing page. This goes to a landing page. This goes to, and you get the idea. So that's kind of how that works. So you can actually use Systeme to create the landing page from scratch. And all you got to do is take the link, and the link goes to where you want it to go. So let's say this is the landing page. You simply click on copy of this URL, and you will put it as the menu item, and then it will open up either in a new tab or the same tab, depending on the user experience you want it to be. So that's how you would do that landing page. Now, if you were to do the landing page on Systeme, what you can do is the same thing like I said about the subdomain. You can do a subdomain like landing.yourdomainname.com, or if you're doing a summit, like a virtual summit, which I'm about to do, I'm gonna have summit.my domain name. So summit.comtruths.com, and that will be my registration page for my virtual summit. So this is how you can actually set up the integration or the connection between the WordPress and Systeme. Now realize there is no official integration. You don't need an integration. It is simply how the user experience looks to the customer. On the back end, it's actually really simple. Either embed a form, an inline form, or link a button, one or the other. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. Now, I've got a little recap and a bonus for you. So this is really important for you to know. This might be, like I went through very detailed, right? But this might be, no matter what, it could be a little bit overwhelming for some people. And I really want to make it simple for you. So chances are that you might be feeling like, you know what, Eran, I just would rather forget WordPress. I just want to get everything done on Systeme.io. And if that's the case, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can do that. So what you want to do is you want to go to eran.link/SIO40. Go to that link. There'll be a link in the description. And when you click on that link, what you want to do is you want to sign up for the annual plan with Systeme.io. It will cost you $197 a year for the basic plan of Systeme.io. Once you do that, you're going to email me, contact@eranbukai.com, and let me know that you did that and what email you used to sign up. I will verify that I got the affiliate credit because I get paid 40% commission from Systeme, and I will then email you the script on what to write to Systeme.io team. I've got direct communication with them as well. I will give you a script, and that will basically put you in the lineup to get your website migrated from WordPress completely for free at no extra cost. I have done this myself. They have moved me over from different places. They've done it for multiple of my clients. It is fantastic service, and you know how fast, it just depends. Sometimes they were really fast. Sometimes it took a little bit slower. It just depends how much workload they have, I believe. But they're a big team. They've got over 60 employees around the world. It's their virtual team. And yeah, so they're a great team and they do a great job. So if you want that, you just gotta go to eran.link/SIO40, pay, send me an email, I'll verify, and then I'll reply with the credit. Now, if you want to work me further with regards to Systeme.io and so on, I actually have a complete course on Systeme.io, which is where you will find this particular video, okay? And you're gonna get the checklist that I've just shown you as well, like this entire checklist and process as well. All of that is all included as part of the course. So you can go to websitediycourse.com/system. You'll be able to see the different details as well on the course. This entire web page was also created on Systeme. You can get a video tour of the course. You'll see what you get and so on and so forth. So you can check it out. There is 2 ways to pay. There is a one-time payment, which is limited in spaces, but there is also a payment plan offer if you prefer that as well. Whatever one you prefer, that's totally fine. The bigger value that you're gonna get from this course and template club is we're going to give you, basically as part of this, it's not just a course. You can then literally find a website on your, anywhere on the internet and you're like, I love this website. I love how this website looks like. What you're gonna do is you're gonna send this website to me and my team, and we will literally build that website for you and share it with you. Now, we're not gonna duplicate it. That will be, that will be ridiculous because it's someone else's website. But the style will be similar. You can then change the colors. The text will be different. You'll just get it as a template. We're basically going to build a template for you based on what you want your website to look like, and we're gonna model it based on another website that you love. Okay, so this is kind of how that works. If you wanna check it out, again, go to websitediycourse.com/system. So that's about it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and leave a comment with any questions you have. I'd love to hear from you. That's about it. Thanks a lot, and I'll speak to you soon.